Hello, I'm Scott Todnam, and this is the Classroom Connection video of the week. It's time to bring some 8th graders back in. So I have 4 8th grade students that will come in and reflect on the quarter so far. I'll ask them about activities that have had impact and what they hope for out of the school experience. Stay tuned. Hello, here we are. I'm here with 4 8th grade students. And this week we're going to talk about any lessons, any activities that have had impact in health class, and also what they hope for out of the school experience. Okay, talk us through some of the big days that stand out in your mind that had impact from 8th grade health so far.
The thing that stood out to me the most, I would say, was probably the story my friend built, because you can pass a bunch of people, you could see someone getting bullied, but you could just pass it up, and that kid just was like, hey, do you want to hang out, or don't listen to them, and that totally changed. He was going to end his life, but since that kid just said, hey, it's okay, and helped him, it changed his whole entire life, and he became really smart and popular. It kind of put it more into reality. If you just talk about it, you think about it, but stories makes it more realistic in your mind.
Mine was suicide. It was because it was sad. I want to be a better person and be nicer to people instead of being mean, Another takeaway is you could be yourself and stuff, and also it's not as bad as other people may have it. Also the do good, be kind board.
It was interesting to see everyone's quotes that came into mind when I thought of the phrase do good, be kind, or things that relate to being a good person and being kind. So I just thought that was really cool.
My favorite thing about this class is that you get to be more active than every other class except for basically gym, because you do a cup stacking thing where you could stack cups all the way as high as you can, and you throw around the tennis ball. You see how long you could keep it up for, and see if you could go, if you could not drop it going throughout the whole class. So that's one thing I really like about this class.
The cup stacking and the tennis ball, it wasn't just an activity for us to do, it actually had meaning. The tennis ball, we tried to keep it up and pass it around the room, and just so many people supporting this one little, I don't even know what tennis balls are made of, this little ball, and we were just trying to keep it up. And the stacking of the cups, we were trying to see how high we could get it, and that kind of related to in my mind, it kind of reminded me of trying to lift someone's spirits, or keeping them in a positive attitude. You want to keep them you just want to keep supporting people.
I think it was a example of life, how people point the blame to others instead of themselves.
When one of the kids in the class, Mr. Tom, you were hey, do you want to pop this? And the kid was yeah, I want to pop it. And then everyone was pop it, pop it, pop it. So then the kid popped it. And then you're do you want to pop it more? And then everyone was yeah, pop it more. And then he popped it. And then that was a really just an awakening kind of in my mind. That's basically how bullying is. And you said it the kid is oh, maybe. And then everyone's yeah. And then he did it. And then they were oh, do it again. And then he was okay, and then he did it again. But he didn't really know what he was doing. He didn't really think of it as why am I doing it? He just did it because people told him to.
Yeah.
Something that stood out to me is watching the little Pixar films, because there's a lot of detail behind movies like that, but you just have to look into it. When I saw the movie a few years ago, I never really realized that it would have so much meaning, and to see the emotions that they were going through, it was kind of meaningful because it relates to our lives, and the detail in that movie was relatable. And I think it could relate to toddlers and even adults, because there's not really an age restriction for your emotions.
Can you talk us through what teenagers need out of school? I mean, what do 8th graders really need out of the school experience? What's the takeaway? What are you hoping we cover in 8th grade health, or at least do a little bit more in depth, so that you can be better at life?
I think teenagers constantly need reassurance, because just think about on picture day, they're always oh, is my outfit okay? Is my hair okay? And I feel it's that way in life too. Mr. Tottenham gave out stickers that said have hope, it's okay to not be okay. And like we had a lesson on that, and that was really powerful, not only for me, but I think for everyone, because then after that I saw people wearing like the wristbands and the buttons and stuff, and they were just kind of like spreading the word. And like even for kids that aren't in health class right now, I think it was kind of powerful because just a group of like 30 kids went out into the school and kind of just like wore their stuff, and other people were like, hey, where'd you get that? And they kind of like told other people about it.
I think that it's really important, especially in 8th grade, to have someone or like somebody that you can go and talk to if you're not feeling okay. And so like I know during that lesson you really realize that like I can go to my friends, I can even go to Mr. Tonham about anything that I need to talk about, or the guidance counselor, but like even if you're not really comfortable talking to an adult, you can always talk to like a friend or just anyone that really has that sticker is kind of supporting the fact that like, hey, it's okay if you're not okay, so like you can come talk to me or something. So I think that's a good, like to have some like a buddy that you know that like you can talk to.
I think other people need to be like more socialized, cause like in health, like I sometimes like see people like just standing by themselves. And also I think we need to talk about like vaping more, because like a lot of like kids I know like vape.
I think one thing that like 8th grade or like middle school students need to keep them like learning, I guess, is that you have to keep them like entertained while you're doing the activity. You should like always involve learning in it. I think that's one way to keep the students involved.
Like, this is like a really great way to start my morning, and I like this room because it's like it's different. It's not just like a desk and a desk and a desk and go sit down. It's like you can move around and you're with your friends too, which makes it less like formal and like you're forced to sit with this one person. It's easier to start off your morning with something that's like an easy step, so it makes it fun.
Thanks. That's awesome. Okay, that's it for this week. We'll be back next Friday with a couple new students and a new topic. I want to say thank you to my 4 volunteers. Until next time, see you later. Bye.
She can't dab. Oh. No, that's really scary.
Look at these guys, aren't
Oh,
impressed.
they're just like.
Oh, sorry. Let me try that again. Fortnite. Mocha laka hookah haka frappuccino.
Oh. That person said.
That person says.
Go again. I just interrupted you.
It's okay not to be okay,
Sadness.
sadness.
Thank you. Thank you.